Students, now we will start a new topic, that is structure of atmosphere. Before this, we have seen the evolution of atmosphere and the composition of atmosphere. Now it is a structure of atmosphere. In the same series, we are going to study the physico-chemical structure. It has, you might be surprised by knowing that the atmosphere has also a structure, and it shows both physical as well as chemical structure. That means the atmosphere having a peculiar unique structure, and it contains the different chemical species, and we are going to see the detailed structure of atmosphere. The As you know, we have already defined the atmosphere. This atmosphere is nothing but a gaseous mixture, or we already stated that it is a set of different layers. That set of layers of the gases, these sets of different layers of atmosphere in the atmosphere are arranged in a very peculiar manner, and that is the unique property of the atmosphere. There are different five layers found in the atmosphere, and they are arranged in such a manner that they look like a concentric ring or a coil. As you know, the concentric ring means there are different circles, many circles having a single center. From a single center, the different rings are formed. You might be knowing the coil, that is a mosquito repellent coil. It looked like a concentric ring, and such a unique structure, such a unique arrangement of the different layers are seen in the atmosphere. And this atmosphere is, there is a peculiar arrangement of these layers found in the atmosphere. These layers are five in number. There are five layers in the atmosphere, or the concentric, rather the concentric layers are there. That means there is a ring like structure having a single center with many rings or the circles. You might be knowing the structure of the mosquito repellent coil. You might have seen the mosquito repellent coil. The same structure is seen in the atmosphere, and the different layers are arranged likewise one above the other. And the different layers are unique because they have a different density, each and every layer having a different density, and that's why it shows it possesses a thickness also having different. Students, as we have seen that the atmosphere is a large mass, huge mass of air or a mixture of gases that is held at the surface of the earth, and it is estimated to about 5,500 trillion ton, of which 90% of the mass is there on the earth's surface. This whole mass is generally classified into two different layers, or it is categorized into two parts. One is the lower atmosphere and the other is upper atmosphere. But when we study the particular structure of the lower and the upper atmosphere, you can see there are different layers arranged one above the other with different thickness and density. The lower atmosphere is very heavier and denser because the continuously upper side or upper atmosphere is pressing down the lower atmosphere. That's why we found the dense atmosphere at the surface of the earth and is very heavy. When you go up in upward direction, you will find the very thin atmosphere, or you will find the rare gases present in the atmosphere when you go up to the end of the atmosphere or the last layer of the atmosphere. Very few gases you will see there. The atmosphere is having different types of characteristics. This is based on the temperature. Temperature is a variable factor that acts important role in the atmosphere or in different layers in the atmosphere, and on the basis of the different temperature the different layers are specified, and the role of the temperature is also seen. These are the different types of the layers. Layer of atmosphere that include troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, or it is also called as ionosphere, and the last one is exosphere. Let us see, this is the actual structure how it looks. See, this is the earth, and above the earth here the different pillars shown arranged one above the other in this manner. First is the troposphere, second is the stratosphere, third is the mesosphere, fourth one is thermosphere, and last one is exosphere. And each and every layer has its own characteristics or features. It exhibits the different features. As I told you, they are totally based on the working of temperature in the different layers, or they are identified on the basis of the temperature and its role in the particular layer. Let us see one by one. The troposphere. Troposphere, this is the very first or the lowest layer of the atmosphere found at the surface of the earth, and this layer is very important. This layer extends to a height of about 8 to 18 km from the earth's surface. That means this thickness of or the height of the tropospheric layer, or the gases, or let us discuss about the first layer, that is the troposphere. This is the first and lowermost layer of the atmosphere, which is present just above the earth's surface or very near to the earth's surface. And as I already told you that the lower layer or the lower atmosphere is very dense, and it is made up of 90% of the total mass of atmosphere. This layer is very important layer because all the living organism present in this layer, all the activities of living organism goes on, and this layer support to the living organism by all means. And there are number of changes takes place in this layer, the wind is found in motion and continuous constant changes takes place. That's why this layer is called as troposphere. Tropo means change. Sphere means a layer or a circle in which continuous or constant changes due to the movement of the wind takes place. With regards to the different types of the environmental factors or the different type of particulate matter, chemical species goes continuously interact with each other, influences each other. That's why so many chemical reactions goes on there in the atmosphere. So many atmospheric processes can be seen in the atmosphere, and that governs the growth and development of the living organism. That's why, and the weathers they form formation of the weather or weather can be changes in the weather can be seen only due to this layer, and this layer is also called as a dusty layer or it contains dust. This layer contains clouds. This layer contains uh, water vapors along with the clouds. So that's why this layer is very important for the human being as well as the other organisms which are living, and such a important layer extends from 8 to 18 kilometer above the earth's surface. If you go through the different books, if you go through the different uh, references with respect to the different layers and their extension in the atmosphere, we will find the uh, variations in the figures, a little bit variation you'll find there. Somewhere it is mentioned up to 12 kilometers, somewhere it is mentioned up to 10 kilometers, but there is a quite difference you will find, but it's okay. As you see here, we have mentioned 8 to 18. So what is the meaning of 8 to 18? What is where 8 is measured, 8 kilometers is measured, and where the 18 kilometers is measured? The troposphere is found up to 8 kilometers when you measure it from the pole. Pole is very far away from the equator. So that distance covered or that much distance is reduced. That's why 8 kilometers from the pole. And if you measure the troposphere or the atmosphere, lower atmosphere from the Earth's surface, it will count 18 kilometer. That means there is a difference in the distance you will find when you measure from pole as well as from the equator. That's why it is near pole 8 and it is 18 kilometer near equator. And this layer is again very important because it has got a special feature that we have already mentioned, the temperature. The temperature how works, the temperature how behaves in this layer. As you know, temperature is a variable factor. The temperature normally when we study, it goes on decreasing with the increasing height. This is the normal phenomenon of the environment. That's why we called it as a environmental lapse rate, or we call it as a negative lapse rate. That means as you go in upward direction from the earth's surface at higher places, you will find a decrease in temperature. For example, when you go to the Mahabaleshwar or some such hilly regions at high level, at a high altitude, you will find the cool or cold temperature, you feel better than the lower atmosphere. This is the reason the lapse rate you will find when you go up at high altitude. That means the rate of temperature decreases along with the increasing height. And what is the rate? At what rate the temperature goes down? At what rate the lapse rate, the decrease in temperature is seen, observed in the atmosphere? That is 6.5 degree centigrade per kilometer. This is the rate of uh, decrease in temperature as you go up, or with increasing altitude you will find the decrease in temperature at the rate of 6.5 degrees centigrade. That means if you go higher up in the upward direction up to 1 kilometer, you will find there decrease in the temperature of 6.5 degrees centigrade, and so on. So this decrease in temperature, this is the a particular feature of the lower atmosphere. But up to what level this rate of temperature or kind of trend you will see there in the atmosphere? So decreasing trend of temperature up to the tropopause, you will find the decrease in temperature by the rate of 6.5 degrees centigrade. This temperature goes up to minus 55 or 60 degrees centigrade. The reduction in temperature with the height goes up to minus 60 degrees centigrade, and that point is called as tropopause. What is meant by tropopause? Tropopause is a phase, or tropopause is a transition zone where the first layer stops or the second layer that begins. In between these two layer boundary, there is a point where this first layer stops. That's why this layer is, or point is called as tropopause. And when it leads further, the trend of decreasing temperature, all of a sudden you will find there is a turn, U-turn you can say. Instead, as we have seen in the first layer, temperature decreases with increasing height, but suddenly from the point, the tropopause, temperature started increasing in a steady manner instead of decreasing with increasing height. That means, suppose we are from the tropopause, we are going up and up and up in the upward direction we are going, and as a rule, there may be there must be a decrease in temperature along with the increasing height, but instead of that, temperature start increasing along with the increasing height. This is the characteristics of the second layer, and the point where the temperature started increasing is known as the temperature inversion. Let us see the next layer, that is the stratosphere. Second layer is the stratosphere. This layer starts from the tropopause. That means this lies over or above the tropospheric layer. Stratosphere lies above troposphere, and this layer extends up to 50 km above the Earth's surface. The previous one extend up to 80 or 20 kilometers. 18 and 20 kilometers, and second one extends up to 35 to 50 kilometer above the Earth's surface. And again, the stratosphere is also a very important or significant layer. We will see how this stratosphere is significant in what way. But before that, we will see how the temperature works, how temperature behaves in this layer. In this layer, as we have stated in the previous layer, temperature goes down up to minus 55 or 60 degrees centigrade. But we have stated in the next layer, it starts increasing slowly up to 5 degrees centigrade. That means from 55 degree or minus 60 degrees centigrade, temperature increases up to 5 degrees centigrade. This is the trend of temperature increase in the second layer. And the temperature inversion we observed or we experience in this layer. And as we have seen in the troposphere, it was a cloudy zone, it was a dusty zone, water vapors present in it, so many dust particles and many things we have seen in the composition. But in the stratosphere, there were no clouds and dust found. A little bit, you will find a very less quantity of water vapors. Only you will find the ice crystals, clouds of the ice crystals found in this layer. And as I told you, this is a important layer because in this layer the ozone is present. This layer is full with ozone. In the middle of stratosphere somewhere you will find a different layer, that is the layer of ozone. You are well known with the ozone. It is a ozone molecule. We represent it as O3. It is formed from the atomic and molecular oxygen. When these two combine in the presence of light, the O3 is formed. And this is a reversible reaction. The continuous formation of the ozone and the destruction of ozone continuously goes on. And the tremendous ozone molecules formed together, combined together, form a cloud or a kind of layer is found there, and we call it as a ozonosphere. Again, a layer of ozone. The formation of ozone in the stratosphere is called as ozonosphere. And what is the role of ozone in the stratosphere? This is the important point to know. This ozone has capacity or ability to absorb the ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun. Whatever the hazardous ultraviolet radiations, they penetrate the atmosphere, and while traveling or entering into the different layers and coming down to the earth's surface, it is prohibited by the ozone present in the stratosphere. That means maximum or most of the ultraviolet radiations are absorbed in the ozone layer itself and safely sent to the earth's surface. That's why uh, our life is protected from this ozone layer. That's why this ozone layer is called as a protective umbrella. This is the importance of the ozone, why it is there and how it works. It protects the life on the earth. And about the chemical species which are present in the stratosphere, you know, we have discussed about the composition of the atmosphere, and we have stated that maximum mass of the atmosphere is present in the lower atmosphere or in the troposphere. That means in the troposphere all the chemical species found. We have discussed the chemical species Their classification as major gas, minor gas, and traces. All those gases are found in the troposphere only. But the chemical species present in that troposphere, they you will not found as it is in the subsequent layers of the atmosphere. Started decreasing the chemical species because from the tropopause, the continuous thinning of the atmospheric layers started. It becomes thinner, thinner, and thinner. That's why only the nitrogen, oxygen, and ozone and some water vapors you will find in this layer. And where this stratosphere stops, when you go up to 50 kilometer, you will find the stratospheric layer or this chemical species, or you'll find the behavior of the temperature like this up to 50 kilometer. And where it stops, the particular zone or layer is called as stratopause. That means this layer take the pause, doesn't extend further. What next? The next layer you will find there, and the name of the next layer is mesosphere. This is the third layer of the atmosphere which lies above the stratosphere, and it starts from stratopause up to the mesopause. And this layer is having a particular feature, or it is characterized by the cold temperature. That means very low temperature. That means in the first layer temperature decreases, in the second layer temperature increases, and again in the third layer temperature decreases, it goes down. And the second characteristics of the mesosphere is the low pressure. You will find very low atmospheric pressure there, because as I stated earlier, the atmosphere becomes thinner and thinner and thinner. That's why you will find very low atmospheric pressure there. And this particular mesosphere extends to about roughly to about 80 to 90 kilometers. Up to 90 kilometers you will find the mesospheric layer, and the temperature goes down up to minus 95 degrees centigrade. This much temperature you will find decrease in the layer. That's why we have stated it is a particular feature or characteristics of this layer, cold temperature, because of this drop in temperature up to minus 95 degrees centigrade. Then the decrease in temperature, why there is such a continuous decrease, you'll find up to minus 95 degrees centigrade. What is the reason? After soon after the stratospheric layer get changed, the reason is the ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet rays are absorbed in the stratosphere. That's why a temperature will find increase in the particular layer. But due to the low absorption of the ultraviolet radiation in this region, you will find the low temperature. Then about the chemical species, in each and every layer we are going to discuss about these two main features, that is the behavior of the temperature in each layer as well as the particular chemical species found in the layer. You will find here the nitrogen, oxygen, and a little bit in the particles like O2 and NO, O2 plus and NO plus we have mentioned here. To some extent, the ionization will find here, ions you will find here due to the solar radiations. Then after the mesosphere, there is a next layer, that is the thermosphere, or the same layer is also called as ionosphere. This layer is also very important. It has got its own feature or function. This thermosphere lies above the mesosphere, and this layer extend up to 500 kilometer. As I told you earlier, in some book it is you may find the variation in the figure. Somewhere you will find it the 300, you will find 400, you will find 500, but I have taken here 500 kilometer. Beyond this, you will get the wide, or there is a next layer we will talk about later. This is the limit to what extent you will find the thermosphere. You will find up to 400 or 500 kilometer. And again, what is the characteristics? What about the temperature? How temperature behaves in this layer? Temperature steadily start increasing in this particular layer. It is again because of the layer is very near to the sun. That's why it is uh, increase in the temperature found in this layer. And the chemical species, there is a slight twist in this, or this is a second characteristics or feature of this layer and is very important one. In each and every layer we have stated a different chemical species, but here we have mentioned O2 plus, O plus, NO plus likewise. That means these are all are the particles which are ionized. That means whatever chemical species come entered into the thermosphere, they get ionized. Ionization of these particles takes place. That's why we call it as ionosphere. The formation of the ion takes place in this layer. How these chemical species converted into the ions? Through the ionization by the solar radiations. When they come in contact with the solar radiations, they get ionized and becomes active and called as the ions that takes part in various reactions. So, and what is the significance of these ions or the particles, those who ionized? There is one important phenomenon takes place. We takes in use that particular process. Whatever the radio waves transmitted from the earth, they are reflected or sent back to the earth again, and these radio waves reflected back taken in use for the radio communication, long distance radio communication. This is the significance of this layer, and that's why the thermosphere we call is also ionosphere. Two important things we have studied in this. One is the increase in temperature. That's why it is called as the thermosphere. You'll find the increased temperature, and second one is the ionosphere, that is the formation of the ion and the reflection of the radio waves back to the earth, and that enables the radio communication in long distances. So this is the thermosphere or ionosphere. The next to this is the exosphere. This is the last layer. Students, in some book this layer is not mentioned, and in some book it is mentioned. Again, it depends upon the consideration. Somewhere it is considered as a separate layer because some chemical species found in the atmosphere up to the atmosphere is extended. It is stated in very rare book it is mentioned that it is extended up to 1600 kilometer, and in the particular zone from the ionosphere or thermosphere, beyond that there is a void, nothing is there. The particular void or the space leads to the interplanetary space. To little extent you will find the species like hydrogen and helium above the thermosphere. You will find the chemical species like helium and hydrogen. And in some book, other chemical species also mentioned, like oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. But mainly and commonly, you will get the hydrogen and helium. Because why the hydrogen and helium only present in the exosphere, and they don't exist, and we have not mentioned them into the previous layer? Because hydrogen and helium only found, these two species found only on the sun, surface of the sun, and the last exosphere is very near to the sun. That's why the helium and hydrogen can be found there only. And this layer has very high temperature, like thermosphere. It is very near to the sun. That's why, due to the solar radiations, you'll find the greater temperature. In this way, we have completed here the physico-chemical structure of the atmosphere, in which we have studied five different concentric layers arranged in a unique manner, one above the other, and has got the particular significant feature with respect to their temperature as well as their chemical species. Thank you very much.